with the Mini Aceman. So if you haven't watched the previous clips, I'll put a link up here somewhere so you can click on them, and I'll advise to watch them first. But in the last episode we removed the H.3 battery, we replaced the pyro fuse, and then we reinstalled the H.3 battery back onto the car. So she's now driving, she's now moving. So today we have Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome back to Salvage Rescues. And today we are continuing with the Mini Aceman. So if you haven't watched the previous clips, I'll put a link up here somewhere so you can click on them, and I'll advise to watch them first. But in the last episode we removed the H.3 battery, we replaced the pyro fuse, and then we reinstalled the H.3 battery back onto the car. So she's now driving, she's now moving. So today we have some parts. We don't have all the parts yet, they're quite hard to get hold of, but we have some parts. So I'm going to continue with the rebuild of the car. So I've got the both curtain airbags, so that's one of the first jobs I'm going to do, install the curtain airbags, and then I can get this headliner back in position. There isn't a lot of room up here, so it's going to be quite hard to video. So I think what I'll do is I'll install one and then cut back in to show you how the airbags attach to the car, and then where it clips and all that, and then I can install the other one as well. I just noticed a mark on that wing mirror, I think that'll buff out. And then I'll install the other one, and I'll show you when we've got the headliner back in situation. She's becoming very dirty through sitting here, so I'll probably give it a wash as well. I have put the wing back on just temporarily, just to see if I can get it to line up, or whether I need a new wing. We've also got this replacement air duct shutter grill there, so we've got the replacement one of them. So in this episode we'll also take the front end off, take the upper crash bar off, and then we can install the new air duct guide. Unfortunately I haven't got the passenger side airbag yet, but hopefully I'll get it very soon, and I might put that into the end of this clip, or I might have to go into another clip. It depends on when that arrives. What else have we got? We've got a few other parts for this. We've got this replacement slam panel extension, which is broken there, as you can see. That's only a few bolts to replace that. I've got the pedestrian sensor. I've got that, so but that can't go until I got the foam absorber, and that hasn't come as yet. But I might, again, that might be here, depending on how long this clip is, to whether I include it in this. I have got the new bonnet hinges. The bonnet unfortunately hasn't arrived as yet, but I haven't got these actuators neither. They're on quite a long lead time, they are, but that won't stop me getting to the body shop, so I still get to the body shop once I get the bonnet, or hood as they call it. Once I get that, I can get the car off to the body shop and get the bonnet painted, the bumper, and I might all need what might need painting. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just waffling now, aren't I? I'm just waffling. So what I'll do is I'll cut back into the video once I got one of the airbags installed, show you how that fits to the car, show you where the clips go, and then yeah, and then I'll do the other one as well, because I don't, like I said a minute ago, I don't think I'll be able to get a camera anywhere up there. Unfortunately I haven't got a cameraman who can work with me, but I don't think I'll be able to get a camera anywhere into a decent enough position for you guys to see. So I think that'll just be easier if I do it and then show you how it installs after that. But yeah, like I say, I'm just waffling. These, while I'm waffling though, these two side skirts here One hasn't got no delivery date whatsoever, and the other one is the end of July. So that's how long we're looking at for parts for this car. I think it's the near side one is coming the end of July, and the offside one hasn't got any delivery date at the moment at all. So, but again, that isn't going to stop me getting it to the body shop, and it wouldn't stop me getting the car sort of practically finished. It just, you know, it's just an appearance thing. There'll be one you won't be able to, you'll notice that that hasn't got the side skirts on, but yeah, like I say, they're only cosmetic. But yeah, anyway, so you've probably heard enough of me waffling, so I'll get on with some work now, okay? So I'll see you in a bit. Ta-da for now. Right, so this is passenger side airbag installed. As you can see, the canister is just held in position with two T30 bolts there. The airbag connection snapped in. Then the rest of the airbag just holds in position with these clips. They're the worst things in the world to take off, but they're really easy to install. They just literally push into the square hole. We've also, there's a T30, Ruben's here helping, by the way. There's also a T30 bolt down there, what holds the strap. And then we had to install this like support bracket for the passenger handle, you know, what connects to here. We had to take that off so we could get to that clip there to remove it and reinstall it. So that's just held in place with some 10mm bolts, full 10mm bolts. So that's it, that's passenger side airbag installed. We're now going to install the driver side airbag, and then once we've done that, we'll reinstall the headlining. So yeah, so I won't cut back in until after we installed the headline. The headline is just held in with these clips. As you can see, it just literally pushes up and snaps in place, and then obviously you've got all your trims around A-pillars, etc., what you put on afterwards. But yeah, so we'll get the driver's one in, and then we'll cut back in once we've got the airbag, the headline back in position. Okay, ta-da for now. Right, so that's the headliner installed. We haven't done the back yet because I can't get the boot open because the battery's disconnected at the moment, but it just clipped up here and then obviously sits behind the door rubbers there. Might need some tweaking. That one doesn't look right, Ruben. Might need a little bit of tweaking. Yeah, if you look at this one. But we put the sun visors back on and the door handle, the grab handle, and secured all the lights and everything in the back. So yeah, so we can't put these A-pillars on yet, covers on yet, because we need to get this dash out still to get this airbag replaced, and I'm still waiting for I've got the airbag but I haven't got the dash, so I'm just waiting for the dash to come in. So what we're going to do next, I believe, is we're going to jack the car up again, and then we're going to, there's a what do you call it, diffuser. There's this diffuser here, that's all bent and twisted, I believe, from Copart and broken. I got a new one of them, and also we got two new lower suspension arms, so we'll replace them as well. I'll show you the reason why when we get them off. We'll have more room, and then we're gonna move around to the front of the car and then strip the air, or strip the crash bar off to get the air duct out. Okay, but that's the headliner done. I just need to sort out that bit there, something not right there. We will sort that out anyway. Yeah, it's not sitting right, but we can sort that out. And then yeah, and then we put some parts in the car, and then I can obviously sort the boot headliner. Okay, that's it. Yep, sorry, ta-da for now. So what we've done is we've raised the car up onto the ramps again, because we're going to concentrate on underneath, putting these battery terminal guards back on again, but also I've jacked the car up and removed the lower suspension arm. I don't know whether you can see it there. This is why I didn't video, because it's a bit tight under there. But that's held in position with these two 12mm bolts. They take a 16mm socket on that end and a 17mm spanner on that end, and also removed this diffuser box from the back here, and I'll show you the reasons why. Betty's come and say hello. So this is the old diffuser box. As you can see, it's pretty mangled up and bent. I believe that's a Copart accident. That's where they put the forklifts under, and there's a new one. You can see the difference there. This is why we replaced that, and this is the lower suspension arm. Again, totally believe this is caused by the forklifts at Copart. So you can see how bent that one is compared to the new replacement one. So we can safely say we need a new one of them. So I've got the same to do on the other side, only on the suspension arm. On the other side, the actual diffuser box is okay. So I'm now going to install the new suspension arm, and then I'll put the diffuser box afterwards. There's a couple of these tabs and pulled through here as well, so I'll just repair all that at the same time. But like I say, it's a bit tight, so I wouldn't video, but I'll show you when it's done anyway. And then like I said, I'll just do the other side once I finish this one. Okay, bit of an update, so ta-da for now. Right, so that's the new suspension arm back on and the new rear diffuser box. There is a obviously you set the camber on this leg. There is a blue mark where it was previously, so I'll set it roughly to that. As you can see, I will have to have it aligned, but for now I just put it roughly where the blue mark was. And then we're going to go on and remove the one on the near side. That's bent, not quite as bad, but that is bent. And there is another piece in front of that, like a diffuser thing. I did order it, but it doesn't seem to be here, so they probably missed it off the order. So that one's okay. It's just the driver's one's broken, so I'll get a new one of them. And then once we've done that, we're going to put the rear cable guard up and the boot cover, and then that'll be the rear end complete. So I'll put the wheel back on, jack the other side up, and then this is the bit what goes in front of the wheel. But yeah, like I said, I did order it, but it doesn't seem to, I can't find it, so maybe they missed it off the order. But yeah, so we're now gonna put the wheel back on, jack the other side up, and do exactly the same. And then once I got the boot cover on and everything, I'll cut back in, show you that, and then we can commence on the front. That'll be the rear end complete then, and then we can look to strip down the front. Okay, ta-da for now. Right, so that is us done on the rear. As you can see, we put the new rear lower cross member in. We also put the boot floor cover on. We put the battery connection cover on as well. So that was just held in place with 2, 4, 6, 8 15mm sockets needed on a 10mm bolt, I suppose. And then this plastic cover is just held in place for these where are they? There. These like metal self-tapping screws, and then some screws into the rear bumper. So I'll just show you the other lower cross member. It wasn't as bent as the other one, but it is still bent. You can literally see where the forklift marks have gone from Copart, but as you can see, it is bent. So yeah, so both of them need replacing. It's obviously not as bad as that one, but they're done now. Like I say, I still need to get the car tracked, full wheel alignment, but we'll do that once we've finished off the bodywork. So what we're now going to do is, Ruben's out here now to give a hand. Look, there he is. You wouldn't hear him because he ain't got a mic on, but so we're now going to strip the front end down and change this air duct stroke shutter thing on the front. So we'll I'll set you up on the tripod on a time lapse, and then we'll commence stripping this down. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the front end stripped down, generally the same as any other crash bar, so it's just held in position with four 10mm bolts there. What needs a 15mm socket, and then yeah, the air duct guide was just held in place with these little four of them, two at the top, two at the bottom. We just got to strip the actual rubber guide off the front of it because it's undamaged, so I thought, well, there's no point in buying a new one of them, so the new one doesn't come with this rubber grill on the front. And then yeah, and then we'll reassemble it all, put it all back together, and then that's that part done. Then we'll have to go under the car and fit the battery connection guide. But yeah, all in all, quite easy to do. And yeah, it took us, what was it, Ruben? 2 or 3 minutes, mate? Not 2 or 3 minutes. 20 minutes, yeah, 20 minutes, something like that. Okay, so yeah, we'll set you up on time lapse again, and then we'll reassemble. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the front end completely reassembled again. So as we said, we got a new one of those slam panel extensions. It's bolted on. Everything's back in place on the crash bar, and everything. The air duct's back in, obviously. So that's ready to go. Fix the water bottle again. All came off, went on perfectly. Like I say, don't forget, everyone, this is a category S car, so there's structural damage somewhere. Joke, innit? It's an absolute joke. So yes, we also off camera, there's no point in trying to show you on camera because it's too tight under here, we put the front battery cover back on as well. That's probably a better angle. So that's back on as well, ready to go. So really the externals of the car is just waiting for the panels now. So the last thing to come is the hood, or the bonnet, whichever country you're in. So yeah, so there's no point in putting the rest on until we get the hood. One other thing we're going to do today is we've got the new seatbelt as well, because the driver's side seatbelt's locked out. So we'll install that in a bit as well. That'll clear another code out of the car. So all the codes what we should have left are the passenger airbag, the actuators, and obviously all the PDCs and everything, and lights for the front end. I have got the headlight. I could actually, no, I was thinking, so I could put the headlights in, but because of the damage to the bonnet, I'd rather wait rather than damage the new headlight. But yeah, so I'll leave it there for the minute. Then, like I say, then we'll have a go at the seatbelt. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the new seatbelt fitted, as you can see. A couple of T50s, one at the top, one at the bottom. And then obviously your airbag connections as well, what I've also done is removed the pre-tensioner as well while I was here. It's the same again, T50, and then obviously just a couple of 10 mils on that bar. So yeah, that's that done now, so that's good. And then, like I say, we've also removed the pre-tensioner, which is there, and also took off one of the actuators as well, just to see if I can, because these are on a hell of a lead time, so I was just seeing if I could find another one or another two what aren't specifically for this model of car. But yeah, that's, like you say, pre-tensioner is only held in with one T50, so I didn't even have to, that was a bit of a struggle, but I didn't have to remove the seat. You could just about get a spanner in there to undo it, so that's good. What else have we done? So I'll leave that trim off there until obviously I install the pre-tensioner, because obviously that cover sits over it. Yeah, so that's good. That's another one ticked off the list. And then also, oh yeah, also I've installed these two, I don't know what they're called, and they were trouble to order from Mini as well, but they're like a little plastic extension on the upper crash bar, just held in with two 10mm bolts. And they seem to, all they seem to do is hold that wire. There's one each side, and they hold the pedestrian sensor wire. That's all they seem to do. But yeah. So we'll have a look through the parts I've got, see if there's anything else. But yeah, so slowly getting there, one piece at a time, as they would say. Okay, ta-da for now. Right, so I started to take the dash out. As you can see, I started to unbolt everything. All these connections here, took off part of the center console. But when I looked at the back of this front bit, there was a couple of screws here. So I took them off, and it seems this bit just clipped in. So I went round the other side, done exactly the same, but didn't unbolt this bit the next time, and then pulled this out, and like you say, that unclipped, and then, but there was something stopping it from coming out of the middle there. So I dismantled the back of this touchscreen thing here. There's a bit awkward to get out. There's lots of bits, as you can see, there's lots of bits what needed to come out. And then there was a couple of screws down there, what you can see, what are now missing, which takes the entertainment system out. And then this thing here just pulls out, as you can see, pulls out. And then I think the reason the dash won't come out is there's two more screws there. I don't know if you can see them, but there's a couple more screws there. So I'm going to undo them, or unplug this, and then undo them, and then I can see if I can get this front bit of the dash off, which will then let me remove the bit behind it, I'm hoping, which will then save me dismantling the rest of the dash. So I'll unplug this, undo those screws, then cut back in after that to show you how to get on. I can't film it while I'm ongoing because I need two hands. Okay, ta-da for now. So yes, we're loose now. So I took out, like I say, the touch screen. That was just held in position with two bolts. You can see where that was bolted in there, and that bolted onto the dash there and there. And then this box thing, whatever that is, that slid in there and was bolted in there. Sorry, it slid in there and was bolted in there. Unplugged both. And then yeah, the dash is loose, and you can see all the bolts you need to get to remove this top section of the dash here. So I'm hoping that'll do it. All what's holding it from coming out is that bit of cloth over the steering wheel. So I probably need to undo the cowling around the steering wheel, and that'll come undone, and then this part of the dash should come away. There is a connection under there for the LED lights, which I'll unplug in a minute. And then yeah, I'm hoping that we can then remove this part of the dash where the airbag sits without having to take all the rest off. But it might be a total waste of effort and I might not be able to do it, but that's worth a try, isn't it? It's easier than stripping down all this lot underneath me, the lower part of the dash. So we'll continue on with this, and then yeah, I'll remove the cowling around the steering wheel, remove that, and then hopefully that'll release that trim there, and then yeah, we should be okay. Well, I think it's going to be okay, but I might be wrong. Okay, so cut back in when we're at the next step. Ta-da for now. So yeah, that's it. Like I say, I just undone the cowling around the steering column, and that is that bit removed, as you can see there. So as you can see, it's mainly held in with these clips. Lots of those clips all the way around. Like I say, a couple of screws each end, a couple of screws there, and she's now released. So I think, because this bit is separate, this bit what's holds the heads-up display, that is separate. I brought the dash, and that is just this bit here. It doesn't come with the heads-up display cut out. So so I'm hoping that we can now just remove the rest of whatever's holding this in, and lots of screws along here, I should imagine, and then that should come away without having to dismantle the lower half of this dash. But trial and error this is, but it's looking okay. At least we got the front bit off now. So which need, you know, whether we took it off with the dash, I don't know whether we would have done, because I don't think you'll get to those connections. I think you had to take the entertainment system out first before you remove the dash anyway. But whatever happens, it's a little bit of progress, and that's all we're trying to achieve, a little bit of progress. So yeah, so I think what we'll do now is start removing the rest of these connections and seeing how loose we can get this. I'll probably take this bit off first, the heads-up display cover, because as you can see it splits along there and goes round there. So probably take that bit off first, and then see what we've got underneath there before I remove the rest of these connections. Okay, waffling away, talking to myself more than I'm talking to you guys. Okay, so I'll leave it there, and I'll show you what's next. I might try and set up the camera on a little time lapse, see how we get on. But yeah, okay, ta-da for now. So a bit of an unorthodox way of doing it, but we got there in the end. As you can see on the time lapse, we removed the dash top. What I had is I've got the new one here, and I just followed where all the bolt holes were, and then undone all the screws from that one. The biggest pain was undoing the airbag connections. There's two underneath there, and they were quite hard to get to with this bar here, but we managed to do them in the end. So yeah, that's the worst bit. And then there was a cable that's a speaker cable, what was connected to underneath the dash. So when I tried to pull it out, that was, that's just connected. But apart from that, she's out, which is the main thing. So what we're now going to do is put the new one in. Well, it's needless to say really, but I never mentioned it before, but while I'm working on all the airbags, obviously I've unplugged the battery under the bonnet, the 12-volt battery, so not to set anything off. But yeah, I did unbolt this heads-up display, which I'll bolt back up because I thought that was stopping it coming out, but there's actually a couple of bolts around the back which I couldn't have got to anyway, but that didn't actually stop it coming out in the end. But I think it's easier than dropping the whole dash down. I might be wrong. It might have been easier just to drop the whole dash down. I did take the glove box off thinking I could get to the airbag connections there, but as you can see, you got the big fan, interior fan there, so that wasn't an option either. So the only other way was to drop all the dash down and then obviously take off a load of stuff underneath. So I think it's probably slightly quicker to do it this way, although very awkward. But if you disagree, leave it in the comments below. So what I'm now going to do is put the new airbag underneath this one. That just bolts to the underneath. As you can see, the studs are there already, so you just bolt it to that, put a bit of Loctite on them. I will Loctite all the bolts before I put the dash back in as well, because a lot of them did have the old BMW blue little anti-vibration stuff on, so I will I will put some Loctite on all them. But apart from that, all we've got to do is remember where everything goes. So there's a few LED lights along the underneath, so they had to come off as well, as you can see. So that's what all these plugs are for. But there wasn't really that much connected to it, if I'm honest. All in all, I think that's the best way, although, like I say, some of you might disagree. But anyway, there's a few marks on the windscreen, but they're just like where the plastic's rubbed, and they'll come off, as you can see, they'll come off from my finger. So yeah, let's get the airbag on the underside of there, and then let's go for a reinstall. Well, not reinstall, because if I was to reinstall, I'll reinstall the old one, wouldn't I? But this part here, which just holds the speaker, that's just held in with clips, as you can see. These little plastic clips is held in with them. So took that off, undone the speaker, and then obviously I could then see what's going on with the heads-up display to see whether I needed to undo that. But yeah, hopefully we can get this back on with very little hassle. Okay, so I'll set you up on time lapse again to see if we can get it back in. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the new airbag installed on the underside of the new dash. Here's the old one. I had to find that in the car because I think that holds a strap or something by the looks of it. Look. So I think that pings out once it's detonated, so I had to find that so it went rattling around in the car. But yeah, so we're now going to go try and install this, the reverse of how it came out. So I'll set you up again on the time lapse, and then we'll see where we get from there. Okay. Oh, I'm just going to bolt this heads-up display back in before I put the dash in, because I didn't need to take those bolts out. But okay, ta-da for now. I was literally then going to install it, and I thought, well, I just better double check and make sure there's nothing else underneath which I need to transfer over. And as you can see, you've got these vents here which I need to install onto this one, so I'm so glad I checked. So yeah, they're just held in place with these little screws, so I'll just transfer all them onto the new dash before I install it. Oh, what a relief I checked first. Okay, so I'll be a little while before I install the dash. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's them transferred now. So glad I checked. I cannot see anything else on the old dash. Now what needs to be transferred onto the new one. I think that's complete. Sorry, I was just checking the foam. Yeah, sorry for the pause. So yeah, everything's done. So we're ready to go. So let's get you set up on the tripod and let's get this into the car. Okay, ta-da for now. Bit of a long clip there, but short clip as in the time lapse is short, but there's a lot achieved in that duration. So as you can see, we put the dash back on, then we put the speaker and heads up display cover on, we installed this front bit, and then we put the entertainment system back in. The one problem I nearly had was I forgot to put the airbag connections in, so I had to take out again just to reconnect the airbags. So I'm going to leave it like that at the moment. As you can see, it's just mainly held in position with these screws, but there is some 10mm socket bolts, so 6mm bolts. I'm not going to put any of the rest of the dash on at the moment because I want to connect the battery up again and then see if the airbag fault goes, and also make sure the entertainment system works. But all this just clips in, as you can see. The dash, there's 2 bolts there, one each side, which holds the dash up there, and then just lots of screws and some, I think there's 4 or 5 bolts in the front of the dash before I put this cover on. But she's back together. Like I said, I'm now going to turn the power on, make sure the entertainment system works, make sure the airbag fault goes as well, and then once I've done that, I'll recommence rebuilding the rest of the dash. I was hoping that I would be able to finish all the interior in this episode, but I can't because I'm still waiting for the pre-tensioner. That's the only thing I'm waiting for, and obviously steering wheel airbag, but as we all know, it's just a clip-in affair, that is. But so I can't finish all the inside because of those 2 items are still outstanding. Yeah, so anyway, I'll go put the power back on, check everything's working, and then continue installing the dash, all the covers, etc. I can now do these A-pillars, and then I'll cut back in once I've got it all reassembled. Okay, I can put the door back on again now. I took the door off just to give me ease of access, really. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the dash all back together again. As you can see, I put the side panels on, put the rubbers back in. As you can see, the entertainment system's working. I did read the fault codes, and the code for the passenger airbag is now gone, so that's good. So all we got now are the pre-tensioner and the actuators under the bonnet. Sorry, I was just going to move it off the ramps while I was talking to you guys. So unfortunately, sorry about this, just concentrating on that. Right, so we'll finish this with a bit of an update. So let me tell you where we are and what we are doing. So the interior is nearly done. Like I say, I'm just literally waiting for the pre-tensioner. As soon as that comes, that'll be the interior complete and all the airbags done. So the bonnet isn't due until mid-June, so we've got probably about another month's wait for that. I have the bonnet hinges, I have the actuators as well now. They weren't due until July, but they're actually come now. I have the bonnet, sorry, I have the bumper. I don't have the bonnet. The bonnet isn't due until mid-June. I have the bumper, I have all the grills for the bumper, I have everything for the bumper. Now this foam, the foam absorber, they can't actually find a part number for that, so that is a bit of an issue. As you can see there, I'll try to rebuild what I've got to see if I can make that up again, but I have a piece missing there. So I have that bit missing there. So they can't actually, this is Mini, they can't actually find the part number. They don't actually know how to order that at the moment, so that is a problem. I have both headlights because one was okay, the other one's come in. I have all the trims for the wheel arch. The side skirts aren't due till mid-July, but like I said previously, I'm not too worried about the side skirts. So yeah, so the main thing I'm waiting for is the bonnet, and then I've got everything I need to send to paint to get it painted. Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, that is as far as I can go in this video now. I cannot do anything else. I'm just waiting for parts. There's no point in trial fitting the bumper and everything if I haven't got the bonnet, because I'd like to get the headlights in and trial it all at the same time. So this episode is gonna have to be left there, unfortunately. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please turn on your notifications, and also if you'd like to subscribe to the channel and follow me on this journey, that'd be really appreciated. If you've got any comments or advice or anything you want to talk to me about, please leave comments in the comment section below. But apart from that, that's all for me, and I hope to see you next Tuesday at 7 PM. So ta-da for now.